Did you know that over 2 decades after his death, the story of Tupac Shakur still stirs up a whirlwind of theories and speculations? On September 7, 1996, Tupac's life was cut short in a drive-by shooting that shocked the world. And since that fateful night, the theories about what really happened have taken on a life of their own. Was it a fatal end due to the intense East Coast-West Coast rivalry? Was there more to the story involving law enforcement or even his inner circle? Or did Tupac Shakur orchestrate the ultimate escape from fame by faking his own death? In this video, we're going to dissect these theories, sift through the facts, and maybe, just maybe, get closer to the truth behind the legend of Tupac Shakur. So, sit back, hit that like button, and let's unravel this mystery together. Alright, let's set the stage for that fateful night. It was September 7th, 1996. Las Vegas was buzzing with the energy of a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand. Among the high-profile attendees was Tupac Shakur, along with his close associate, Suge Knight, the CEO of Death Row Records. The night started with the electric atmosphere of the boxing match, where Tupac Shakur was seen cheering on Tyson. But little did anyone know that this celebratory mood would soon take a dark turn. After the fight, there was a scuffle in the lobby of the MGM Grand. Security footage showed Tupac Shakur involved in a physical altercation with a gang member associated with the Crips. This moment, captured on camera, would later fuel numerous theories about the motive behind the shooting. Now, let's move forward to later that evening. Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight left the hotel, heading for Club 662 in a black BMW. Tupac Shakur was in the passenger seat, with Suge Knight driving. They were part of a larger convoy, but as fate would have it, they got separated from the group. At approximately 11:15 p.m., at a stoplight on East Flamingo Road, a white Cadillac pulled up to the right of Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight's BMW. Multiple shots were fired from the Cadillac into the BMW. Tupac Shakur was hit multiple times, while Suge Knight suffered minor injuries. The aftermath was chaos. Tupac Shakur was rushed to the hospital, fighting for his life. 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, Tupac Shakur succumbed to his injuries. His death was not just a loss to the music world, it was a moment that would spark a never-ending search for answers. The investigation that followed had its share of complexities and dead ends. Despite numerous witnesses and speculation, no one has ever been charged for the murder of Tupac Shakur. This lack of resolution has opened the door to a multitude of theories and speculations, which we will explore next. Welcome back, everyone. Now, we dive into one of the most discussed theories surrounding Tupac Shakur's death. First theory we have is the gang-related retaliation theory. This theory takes us deep into the heart of the infamous East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry that defined a significant part of Tupac Shakur's career and, perhaps, played a role in his untimely demise. The East Coast-West Coast rivalry was more than just a musical feud, it was a cultural phenomenon that often blurred the lines between artistic competition and real-life hostility. On one side, you had the New York-based Bad Boy Records, led by Sean Combs, known as Puff Daddy, and its star artist, the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls. On the other side was Los Angeles-based Death Row Records, with Suge Knight at the helm and Tupac Shakur as its most prominent face. This rivalry wasn't just confined to diss tracks and award show confrontations, it spilled into the streets, with affiliations and alliances that linked back to various gangs. Tupac Shakur himself was closely associated with the Bloods, primarily through his relationship with Suge Knight and Death Row Records. Conversely, there were rumors and speculations linking Bad Boy Records and its artists to the Crips. Now, let's rewind to the night of the shooting. Remember the altercation in the MGM Grand lobby? Tupac Shakur was involved in a fight with Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a reputed member of the Southside Crips. This incident is crucial because it's believed by many to be the spark that led to Tupac Shakur's shooting later that night. The theory suggests that the shooting was a direct retaliation from the Crips for the beatdown of one of their members. It's a narrative that aligns with the gang culture's code of retaliation and revenge. But, despite its plausibility, solid evidence linking Orlando Anderson or any other Crip member to the shooting has never been conclusively established. The investigation explored this angle, but leads were limited, and witnesses were often uncooperative, a common issue in cases involving gang-related violence. Orlando Anderson, the man at the center of this theory, was killed in an unrelated gang shooting in 1998, further complicating the possibility of getting clear answers. So, did the East Coast-West Coast rivalry culminate in the tragic end of Tupac Shakur? Was it a case of gang-related retaliation that took away one of hip-hop's brightest stars? This theory remains one of the most discussed and debated among fans and investigators alike. As we continue to explore the mysteries surrounding Tupac Shakur's death, remember that each theory opens a new window into understanding the complex world Tupac lived in. Up next, we'll look into another shocking theory involving the very people Tupac Shakur trusted. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into the theories surrounding Tupac Shakur's tragic end. In this segment, we're uncovering a theory that takes us into the shadowy realms of law enforcement involvement, specifically the Los Angeles Police Department, or LAPD. The LAPD involvement theory is one shrouded in suspicion and controversy. This theory emerged from the complex and often strained relationship between the LAPD and the African American community in Los Angeles during the 1990s, a time marked by high-profile incidents like the Rodney King beating and the subsequent LA riots. The theory hinges on the notion that elements within the LAPD, possibly corrupt or connected to gangs themselves, played a role in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Supporters of this theory point to a number of intriguing, if circumstantial, pieces of evidence. Firstly, there's the involvement of LAPD officers in the security detail of death row records. It's a fact that some off-duty LAPD officers worked for death row, which has led to speculation about the department's potential conflicts of interest or deeper connections to the label and its artists. Secondly, the theory gains traction from the LAPD's handling of the investigation. Critics argue that the investigation was lackluster, with key leads and witnesses not thoroughly pursued. This perceived inefficiency has raised questions about whether there was a deliberate attempt to obfuscate the truth. Adding to this theory is the broader context of police corruption in Los Angeles during that era, most notably the Rampart scandal. The scandal, which broke in the late 1990s, revealed widespread corruption in the LAPD, including officers involved in criminal activities, planting evidence, and other forms of misconduct. For some, this scandal lends credibility to the idea that corrupt elements within the LAPD could have been involved in or facilitated the murder of Tupac Shakur. However, it's crucial to note that direct evidence linking the LAPD to Tupac Shakur's murder is scant. The theory is built largely on circumstantial connections and the department's troubled history with the African American community. So, did elements within the LAPD have a hand in Tupac Shakur's death? Was it a tangled web of corruption and gang affiliations, or simply a tragic incident in the violent landscape of 1990s Los Angeles? The LAPD involvement theory remains a controversial and debated aspect of Tupac Shakur's story, adding yet another layer of mystery to his untimely demise. Stay with us as we explore more theories and attempt to piece together the puzzle of Tupac Shakur's tragic end. Welcome back to our exploration into the mysterious death of Tupac Shakur. In this segment, we're delving into a theory that implicates one of the closest people to Tupac, Suge Knight, the infamous CEO of Death Row Records. The Suge Knight theory is laden with intrigue, betrayal, and speculation. To understand this theory, we need to look at the relationship between Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight. Suge Knight was not just Tupac's label boss, he was also a mentor, protector, and, in some views, a manipulative figure in Tupac's life. One aspect fueling this theory is the financial situation at Death Row Records. At the time of Tupac Shakur's death, he was reportedly planning to leave Death Row. There were rumors that Suge Knight owed Tupac millions in unpaid royalties, and Tupac's departure could have been a significant financial blow to the label. The circumstances of the shooting also raise questions. On the night Tupac Shakur was shot, he was in a car driven by Suge Knight. Remarkably, Suge Knight suffered only minor injuries, despite the hail of bullets. This has led some to speculate that Suge Knight knew about the shooting in advance and positioned himself to avoid being hit. Another point often discussed is the behavior of Suge Knight following the shooting. Some argue that his actions and decisions, particularly regarding the investigation and his reluctance to cooperate fully with authorities, were suspicious. However, it's crucial to note the lack of concrete evidence directly linking Suge Knight to the murder. The theory largely hinges on circumstantial evidence and speculation about the nature of Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight's relationship. This theory paints a picture of a complicated relationship entangled with financial disputes, power dynamics, and the brutal realities of the music industry. But the question remains, did Suge Knight have a motive strong enough to orchestrate the murder of Tupac Shakur, or is this theory just another layer of speculation in an already convoluted story? As we continue to untangle the web of theories surrounding Tupac Shakur's tragic end, it's clear that the mystery goes deeper than just the surface. Up next, we'll explore a theory that takes us into the realm of the truly unbelievable, the possibility that Tupac Shakur might have faked his own death. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Now, we're venturing into one of the most fascinating and outlandish theories about Tupac Shakur's death, the possibility that he faked his own death. This theory, while lacking in concrete evidence, captures the imagination of fans and conspiracy theorists around the world. The fake death theory is rooted in several intriguing points. First, there's Tupac Shakur's fascination with Machiavelli, the Italian philosopher who famously advocated faking one's death as a strategy. Tupac's adoption of the alias Machiavelli for his final album, The Don Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory, fuels this speculation. Fans point to the album's themes and its posthumous release as hints Tupac Shakur left behind about his planned disappearance. Another element of this theory is the peculiarities and inconsistencies reported in the events surrounding Tupac Shakur's death. These include questions about the lack of CCTV footage on the night of the shooting, the rapid cremation of his body, and discrepancies in the autopsy report. For those who believe in this theory, such inconsistencies suggest a cover-up. Additionally, there have been numerous alleged sightings of Tupac Shakur post-1996 in various parts of the world. These sightings, although never substantiated, continue to fuel the narrative that Tupac Shakur might be alive and in hiding. However, it's important to approach this theory with a critical eye. The evidence supporting the idea that Tupac Shakur faked his death is largely anecdotal and speculative. The vast majority of evidence, including police reports and witness statements, supports the conclusion that Tupac Shakur indeed died on September 13, 1996. The fake death theory, while captivating, remains in the realm of conspiracy and speculation. Whether it's a case of fans not ready to let go or just the allure of a good mystery, the theory that Tupac Shakur faked his own death adds an intriguing layer to his already complex legacy. Welcome back. In this segment, we're taking a closer look at the investigation into Tupac Shakur's death and why, despite extensive efforts, the case remains unsolved. The investigation into Tupac Shakur's death was a high-profile endeavor from the start. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, facing pressure to solve the murder of such a prominent figure, embarked on what would become one of their most scrutinized cases. Initially, there were hopes that the case would be quickly resolved. The shooting happened on a busy Las Vegas street, and Tupac Shakur was a celebrity. Surely, someone must have seen something. However, the investigation encountered hurdles almost immediately. One major issue was the lack of cooperation from witnesses. Many of those close to the scene, including members of Tupac Shakur's entourage, were uncooperative with the police. This lack of cooperation was attributed to a variety of reasons, ranging from distrust of law enforcement to the adherence to a street code that discourages talking to the police. Additionally, the complexities of Tupac Shakur's life and career added layers of difficulty to the investigation. His connections to various controversial figures and entities, like Suge Knight and Death Row Records, and his central role in the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry, meant that there were numerous potential leads and motives to explore. But each of these avenues seemed to hit dead ends or led to more questions than answers. Over the years, several theories have emerged, some of which we've explored in previous segments. Yet, the official stance remains that Tupac Shakur's murder is unsolved. Theories range from gang retaliation to conspiracies involving the LAPD and Death Row Records, but concrete evidence to conclusively support any of these theories has been elusive. Furthermore, the passage of time has only compounded the difficulties. Witnesses' memories fade, evidence becomes harder to gather, and key figures in the story, such as Orlando Anderson and Suge Knight, have had their own legal and personal troubles, further muddying the investigative waters. The mystery of Tupac Shakur's death is a tapestry woven with threads of fame, violence, and controversy. It's a story that reflects the complexities of the rap industry, the struggles within urban America in the 1990s, and the challenges of high-profile criminal investigations. To this day, the question remains, who was responsible for the death of Tupac Shakur? It's a question that continues to echo through the annals of music history, unsolved and haunting. Musically, Tupac Shakur left an indelible mark. His raw, emotive, and often politically charged lyrics spoke to the struggles and aspirations of a generation. He tackled themes of poverty, racism, and social injustice, making him a voice for the voiceless. His style blended poetic introspection with a fierce commentary on societal issues, setting a standard for lyrical depth in hip-hop. Tupac Shakur's influence extended beyond his music. He was an actor, a poet, and a social activist. His charisma, intelligence, and passion made him a role model for many. Even in death, his legacy continues to inspire artists, activists, and fans worldwide. The cultural impact of Tupac Shakur's death is also significant. It sparked conversations about the nature of fame, the realities of gang violence, and the societal pressures faced by African American youth. His death, shrouded in mystery and controversy, became a symbol of the challenges and dangers that often accompany rapid success and public visibility. Thank you for watching. If Tupac Shakur's story has inspired you, or if you have thoughts on the enduring mystery of his death, please share in the comments below. As we end this journey, I'm reminded of Tupac Shakur's words, "My mama always used to tell me, if you can't find something to live for, you best find something to die for." In his music, his activism, and his life, Tupac Shakur found something to live for and, ultimately, something he died for. His legacy is not defined by the mystery of his death, but by the enduring influence of his life. Remember, legends never truly die. They live on in the hearts and minds of those they've touched, in the art they've created, and in the changes they've inspired. Tupac Shakur's story is far from over. It lives on through each of us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that delves into the stories of iconic figures who have shaped our world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the legacy of legends like Tupac Shakur alive. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and, above all, keep the legacy alive.